Bones was never just another crime procedural. It stood out for its unique mix of science, forensic intrigue, sharp humor, and emotionally layered characters, especially Dr. Temperance Brennan. Known for her brilliance and social awkwardness, Brennan quickly became a fan-favorite protagonist. But one particular twist in her backstory, the reveal of her birth name, Joy Keenan, left many viewers scratching their heads. How could someone with such a high-security job operate under a different legal name without consequences? At first glance, this seems like a glaring oversight. After all, Brennan works with the FBI, testifies in court, and is subject to extensive background checks. Shouldn't the alias raise red flags? However, a closer look at the circumstances and the era in which Brennan was raised reveals that the so-called plot hole actually makes perfect sense within the world Bones created. Joy Keenan, a reveal rooted in trauma. In Bones Season 2, Brennan discovers a key piece of her past. Her real name isn't Temperance Brennan at all, it's Joy Keenan. Her parents, Max and Ruth Keenan, were once notorious bank robbers who went into hiding after uncovering sensitive information about a civil rights activist's wrongful imprisonment. To protect themselves and their children, they abandoned their former identities and forged new ones, Christine and Matthew Brennan, with their children becoming Temperance and Russ. Brennan was only a child when her parents vanished, leaving her and her brother to fend for themselves. She was placed in foster care and lived under the name Temperance Brennan from that point forward. It was the name on all her school records, her college applications, her academic accolades, and her FBI credentials. By the time she was an adult, Joy Keenan was nothing more than a ghost buried beneath decades of documentation under her new identity. Why the plot twist actually works? It's important to remember the era Brennan was born in, the 1970s. Identity documents then weren't centralized or digitized like they are today. For people trying to disappear, forging birth certificates or creating new identities for children wasn't difficult, especially before modern digital records and biometric databases existed. Max and Ruth likely gave their children new documents to protect them, which became the basis for their legal identities growing up. Even if Brennan had a birth certificate as Joy Keenan, it wouldn't have followed her into adulthood if no official record connected her to that name post-foster care. Her time in the foster system and academic success under the name Temperance Brennan would have overwritten any legacy of Joy Keenan. By the time she began working with the FBI and Jeffersonian, the name Temperance Brennan had a spotless and verifiable history. Simply put, it wasn't that the system missed a major discrepancy, it's that no discrepancy existed. Brennan's background checks would have only reflected the identity she used since childhood, which had been consistently and legally reinforced over decades.